Heidi Ho YouTube. I thought I'd bring you outside and show you the progress I've made on my front porch. This was packed to the rafters. You couldn't walk through it, with dirty furniture, these pillows that needed to be washed and restuffed, which I already did. Just all kinds of junk that needed to go into storage and so forth. And so I've made a whole lot of progress. Got things to put away and so forth. And my ceiling is fly blown and needs to be scrubbed. But this whole place is going to be emptied and washed down with good old soap, water, and a scrub brush. Squirt it off, left to dry, and then I'll bring the furniture back. But while I'm doing this, I wanted to show you something. I dug this out of the flower bed, so it's a little bit dirty. Years and years ago, when Abigail and I first met one another, let's do it like this so you can see it. She made this cat. It's made of redwood. Redwood is very, very difficult to carve. Abigail is, and this is a tribute to her cat, Katie. She had a Katie and I had a Katie. And I've had this thing for years and years, and it lives outside in my yard, moves around from place to place. So thank you, Miss Abigail. I love our Katie kitty. And so yeah, that's what I am doing today. I'm going to sit down here on this little bench. I'm going to flip this thing around. Yeah, there we go. You know, it's funky to be looking at the back camera, which has, you know, so much nicer resolution, and not be able to see myself in the monitor. Do you guys have that problem? I like to use the back camera because you can really see how old I am. Because everybody keeps saying, "Oh, your skin's so pretty." No, it's not. It's just because I use the front camera and it's blurry. No, take a good look. It's not that great. So anyhow, in the interest of honesty, I like to use the back camera. Just a better picture. So yeah, so it's all about cleaning today and scrubbing things down, vacuuming things up. I'm just in a really, well, my YouTube peeps, it is a beautiful day in the vlogahhood. I made great strides on my porch yesterday. The floor is kind of stained and weird, but it has been scrubbed down once. I'm going to scrub it down once more before I bring the rug back in. Here is my paint. It's left over from when I first painted this porch and the ceiling and everything. The name of the color is Cafe Au Lait. You want to hear something weird? A little weird tidbit about me. Whenever I have to count something like, well, no, let me back up. Whenever I'm doing something like stirring, like mixing, I'm turning this around, God damn it. Like stirring, you know, when I'm mixing up cookie dough or cake batter, or I'm stirring paint, or I'm counting something that for some reason I'm counting, I don't know. I always do it in multiples of 8. And when it's something that requires a lot, like stirring paint, I mean, you're going to do that more than 8 times. I do it in multiples of 88. Isn't that weird? That is one of my strange idiosyncrasies. So this thing has been stirred up 88 times, 6 times. So that's making me nervous because it's not exactly like even. So I'm going to go ahead and stir it up 88 times 2 more times. So I'll have 8 sets of 88. Then I'll be able to relax and actually use my paint. Huh, God, what a moron. Okay, let me show you what I'm going to use it on. All right. Over there you see the back of the inside wall of my house. I had originally planned on putting this reclaimed window into that hole. It fits perfectly. It's been designed for the hole. You'll see it's missing the bottom pane. I was going to make a stained glass insert to go in there, and then this whole project would be installed here. But I use, on the other side of this wall is a tall bureau with stuff on it, so you'd never really be able to see in and out. You'd just see the back of the bureau. So instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint the inside of this thing with my white paint, and then I'm going to take and I'm going to place that window. I'm just going to kind of place it up in here, screw it in a little bit, and then I'm going to hang stuff in that open section and blah blah blah. Make it decorative, you know, might as well make it decorative. Oh, here's a couple little things that have been up on my porch forever. This is a barometer, not a barometer, a temperature thing, you know, an outside temperature gauge that I got from my grandfather years and years ago. As you may or may not know, he was a garbage man, and I was the only one interested in his old crap, so I ended up with a ton of it, including this mobile glass clock that I adore. And this other little bit of porch art is, see, I'm going to try to get it from the other side. It is a little Frisky sign that came from probably a grocery store or something. I bought it at a yard sale, spent way too much for it, but it just appealed to me. And then you're going to show you something else over here. Okay, if you see take a look at these windows, these 5/1 windows. They came out of the same house that 4/1 window came out of. And they have the old glass that has become wavy, or is wavy by nature. I got a crack in it right here. I didn't want to replace the wavy old glass, so instead I've started this mosaic using marbles. I've started with marbles. I went up the crack here on the outside of the window, and I'm working on that. And I think I'm going to add some other funky things, like maybe pieces of jewelry, or little glass dishes, or, you know, just bits and bobs of glass things. I'm using E6000 glue to glue it down, and then I will probably grout the places like you would tile. So I'm doing that. Actually, there are a number of broken windows on my property that I'm doing this to, because I like the windows. I don't want to go through the expense and trouble of replacing the glass. So why not make it into an art project, right? Right. So anyhow, I'm getting set to paint those dark inner panels of my porch railing. I'm going to paint them the white, and then everything else, it will pretty much stay the colors that it is. I really like, well, let me turn this way so you can see it. I really like this old fence lumber that I use to face my the walls of my porch. And then I found this wonderful crown molding. I don't know how well you can see it. Well, you can here. It's all around the window. I found this at a yard sale. I don't know. I spent $100 on enough of it to do pretty much every room inside my house, as well as this outside porch. So that was a pretty darn good deal. And it came out of a casino in Las Vegas. They were renovating. This guy was renovating a casino, and one of the workers snagged all of this junk and all this crown molding and brought it home. So anyhow, I just wanted to share with you my progress. Mallory got out today because I forgot to put her flotation device on, so she climbed right through the fence. Now she has a way of doing. What you doing, Bolt? Where's my Bolt? Where'd he go? Bolt! Oh, hell, he probably got out. That dog. Oh, no, he's inside. Okay, that's cool. So anyway, after I'm done getting this cleaned up, I'm going to come out here, and I'm going to attack my flower beds, and I'm going to put a few little, I'm going to buy a flat of pansies or something and put a few little flowers here and there. You'll see my roses are beginning to, well, you can't really see that they're blooming, but they're beginning to bloom. And then this lovely Banksia rose that I have hanging over my porch rail, that's already pretty much come and gone. So that's the first rose to ever bloom, is this porch vine. So anyway, on that happy note, I will tell you bye-bye, and I will come back to you and show you more progress later. Bye! All right, I've got the first 2 coats of paint on. I got that all painted, the inside of the porch there. The inside of the window's been done. The door casing, I got that done. That had been blue. It's all done inside. So yeah, now the next thing I'm going to do is scrub down this porch floor again and get it, you know, clean enough to bring the rug back up. And then the furniture, and I'm going to be so happy. I'll show you more progress later. Okay, you guys, I'm walking around to the front of the camera. I don't know why, but I thought you might get a kick out of watching me clean this floor. I've got this one viewer that keeps asking me to exercise. Well, this isn't exactly exercise, but this is the best you can get. So this is how I clean a floor. I don't trust mops. I've never trusted mops. I feel like if I'm not down getting a good look at my floor and getting stuff out of the corners, you know, that a mop's just going to push all that stuff into the corners. So when I decide it's time to clean, I actually clean. Most of what I'm getting up here is fly specks and just dirt. So, I scrub down a little section. Then I take my wipe 'em up cloth and I just wipe up the water. I use a little bit of anything like, Mr. Clean or any of those. Doesn't matter what it is. Ajax, Clorox cleanup, whatever. And then I squeeze this out over the side, not into flowers, into weeds that I have to pull out. And then I go on to the next one. So, there you go. I'm sure you just enjoyed that no end. Well, maybe. That's about as far as I'm going to go for today. I've got this old threadbare carpet that I put down. Used to be in Nick's apartment. And these chairs and all this wicker.
And Bolt's got a little white paint on his ear.
And Bolt has a little white paint on his ear.
It helps.
Yeah. Let me get over here. I love this carpet. It's one of the cheap carpets I found on, it's very old, not old, like from the 1940s maybe or 30s. And I found it on eBay for like $40 or something with free shipping. So, you know, I bought a whole house full of these old carpets. And they're moth-eaten and threadbare, but I like them anyway. You don't have to wear them in. So that's about the extent of today's work. I'll show you more when next I work on the porch.